We're going to take a look at how you might use a script called Flubaroo to automatically grade a Google form that you created for student quizzing. So if we're looking from the inside of your Google form, first things you want to keep in mind here is that when you create a student quiz, and you want to use this automatic grading feature, you do want to make sure that the students are including their name in their quiz so it is not anonymous when they take it. Very important step. I like to put last name first and then first name, but totally up to you how you deal with that. I also have the students enter their email address because the email will then allow me to send their graded version directly to them. So that's a feature that Flubaroo also has to offer. Now all I've done here is created a very simple quiz just to demonstrate how this works. Okay. One thing you need to remember when your quiz is finished is that you need to go to View Live Form and you need to take the quiz to make sure that there is a series of correct answers related to that quiz. So when I do this, what I do is stick answer key in instead of first name and last name, and then I just skip the email and I make sure that I put in the correct answers that I'm looking for. Of course, this one doesn't have a correct answer, and then I'm going to hit submit. Okay, so now I have an example of a quiz that would be correct. Now what I want to do is from the top bar here, I want to click on the View Responses tab. Okay, so if you don't have a View Responses tab there, then if you click the button that does show up for you there, you'll be able to very quickly create a spreadsheet that matches your original Google form. So that's all this is. So when I click that View Responses, here's what I have so far. Okay, so I have 3 people that answered, 1 person plugged in an email, and I have my answer key in here. Okay, which is fine and enough for us to demonstrate. So I'm going to go to the Insert button and pull down to Script. And what I'm looking for is a script called Flubaroo. So I'm going to type that in search, and Flubaroo appears, and I'm going to click on the Install button. So it takes a couple seconds, but Flubaroo pretty quickly installs. I'm going to click Continue, and it asks me for permission, so I'm going to click Accept there. And now Flubaroo is on this particular spreadsheet. So what I want to do is I want to go to my Flubaroo menu and pull down to Grade Assignment. So it runs my script and then it takes me through steps. So if you notice here, for every question that is listed, you have to specify what you want to do with that question. So my last name, first name, and email fields all identify students, so I'm happy with that. These 2 questions are worth 1 point each, but this question that says, how useful do you find Flubaroo? Of course I don't want to score that. So I'm going to put skip grading for that one. Okay, so you might find that useful if you insert like a short answer question onto your quiz where you can just skip the grading of that and grade it yourself. I'm going to hit continue then. Next, it's going to ask me to identify my answer key. Okay, well, really easy for me to identify because I named it answer key. So I'm going to come down here and click that and click continue. And it is now grading my assignment, and it only takes a few seconds, not too long to wait. And then I can just click out of that and you can see that I have my grades here. Okay, so it does create a percentage of correct answers for you. So in this one we had 100%, in this one we had 33%. Okay, and it also gives a percent that each student got on the quiz. Now the other feature that I built into this, and you can consider this, is I did build in that feature where it would email the grade to the student. So if I go back to my Flubaroo account, I can pull down to email grades, And again, it runs the script and it asks me, well, which question do you want to use? Well, I named my question email for that. I have options here. I can include a list of questions and scores. I can also include the answer key if I want, and I can include a note if I'd like to. I'm going to click continue there. And it tells me that one grade was successfully emailed. So I'm going to click OK. Now, just to show you what that looks like, and it sounds like it just popped up on my phone as well, I'm going to go to my Gmail account over here. Okay, and it says here is my grade. So it shows me I got 1 point out of 2. And that's what I had incorrect. That's what I had correct. That question was not graded. So every student that put in their email that I sent this to would then receive a grade like this, or an email that gave them a grade like this. It also then emails me automatically, the creator of the quiz, to give me feedback of the summary of the grades. Okay, so here's my feedback summary. I know that there were 3 people that took the quiz, that there was only 1 email sent, the average score was 1.33, and the possible points were 2. So Flubaroo is a really great tool to use, and hopefully you will find it useful for your teaching. Thank you.